Well, it'd be several things. Number one would be just the people I spoke to about who he is as a person. Would he fit here at Iowa State, and would he fit with our leadership? Second was that the football coaches that I spoke to, and I referenced Jerry Kill because I spoke to Jerry quite a bit, and Jerry just, he didn't just talk about Matt, but Matt was the first name that he listed, but he gave me several great candidates that fit that profile. And Jerry, I just have a lot of respect for who he is as a person, as just a football coach. He didn't have any vested interest in the process other than our friendship. And then everything I'd watched about Matt Campbell, by being able to go online and see videos and watch him coaching games. I love his stoic sideline. He's very cerebral. He's not going to get caught up in the moment. Those are things that we look for when we look for Coach Brome. And so I think those are traits that are the next level of leadership that our program needs. Ultimately, you want to be right and not just quick. But, one of the things that concerned me with Matt was he would have a lot of other opportunities. And so you needed to be ready. I wanted to be first because although I'd heard things about his interest in Iowa State, until you're in front of somebody and get to hear it with your own ears, it's a whole nother deal. And so that's where the speed part came in, is that we needed to be engaged and ready to go. Other people were still figuring out, well, okay, you may be in the championship game, so, we'll get to him, let's make an overture to him. No, we said our overture was, you're the guy, I want to be in front of you. How can I be in front of you? I'll come to your house. And I was a little worried that maybe we were being too strong, but you had to take that chance. Well, first of all, we share a lot of similar people, similar friends. Jimmy Phillips, who hired him at Northern Illinois, is the AD at Northwestern now, and Jim Phillips and I go way back, and Jim Phillips may arguably be the best athletics director in the country. And so Jim Phillips, when we hired Paul Rhodes, had told me that Jerry Kill was interested in our job. And my relationship with Jerry started over the fact that I told Jim, give me his number, and I called Jerry that day, and I said, Jerry, I'm calling you because we're not going to hire you. I'm not even going to interview you. And the reason I'm not is we just had a coach leave and left a group of young men in the locker room after 2 years. And you've just arrived at Northern Illinois, and I can't hire somebody that's going to do that to another group of young men. And that started a bond between the two of us of mutual respect. And we had a young man that transferred in Paul's first year to go to Northern Illinois. And I wanted to help that young man, but we have a policy that you can't transfer to a school that we're going to play. And so Jerry and I talked about that, and he came up with a real creative idea. He said, what if I let that young man be on my team and play in all our games, but he doesn't get to play when we play the Cyclones? And that really resonated with me, that here's a guy that wants to find solutions for student athletes. And so I admired him from far. Joel Maturi hired him at Minnesota. I know Joel. Joel and I go way back to our days in Wisconsin. I always have followed what he was doing, and I felt for him when he had his health issues, especially the one that's caused him to step out of coaching. And so I'd reached out to him, and I think it was medicine for both of us because I had somebody that didn't have any bias in the process, and I think for him it was medicine to know that he still wanted in the profession.
Cool.
I will just say this, is that I don't know how many of these searches have to happen for people to slow down on but it's never going to change, because that's what you guys have to do, and I get it. I'd do it if I was in your role too. But I could write a book, and every AD probably could, of just all the information that's out there that is not true.
Yeah.
But you do kind of sit back and laugh about it. But I will say this, had we not got there with him and got it all done, then I would have been in that same speculation, because a whole set of my peers are going to be going through that over the next week, where it's going to be just intense, stressful, because you don't know if it's true or not true.